Like, Chad, there's no way y'all look at all the shit that just be going on around above your heads, and y'all don't sit there and say, I'm literally tired of this shit. Like, everything is just seeming so played out to me. It really is. It's seeming so played out. The internet needed to be deleted. Honestly, though, to throw out the baby with the bathwater, I don't know. I'm really conflicted on that. I'm really conflicted. Do I think if the internet just completely deleted, like, there's a lot of good things on it. You can learn anything. This is what I'm saying, though. This is why I be conflicted. Like, yes, I can learn anything on YouTube, but like, am I allowing another person to think for me? Work smarter, not harder, but like they're thinking for me though. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like people of other generations had the raw skills. Whereas though I want to learn to do something, I want to know how to do something, I want to know something, I'm going to take a shortcut. I'm Googling that shit. I'm YouTubing that shit. I'm speaking for myself personally. Like, I don't know, chat. I don't know. Big Milo with the big 17 months, my G.
What's the word, Brody?
What's the fucking word, man? It's always the same, man. To the moon. That's what it is. I didn't even know you were alive. I mean, if notice didn't go out, that's L Twitch. You know what I'm saying? Twitch pack in the air. That's gas or what? L Twitch if they don't want to run me my notice. Back in the day, it was easier to fool. What do you mean to fool? So come to the moon, turn me up, man. It's like off a little bit though. Like it's not off by too much, but it's off by like 5. I don't know. Maybe it's like a delayed updates or some shit. People in the Stone Age came to the present with a time machine that would demolish present society. I don't know about you. I'm beating the shit out of a caveman. Like, I'm gonna be honest. The average caveman was like 5'3". And they stink probably. Like, throw some soap at that motherfucker. Or give him some Sprite. Give him some Sprite. That motherfucker gonna die. Yo, why do I think like this? You think I'm fighting a caveman, nigga? I'm gonna give him a Sprite with some Five Guys Cajun fries. That motherfucker gonna die. Them Cajun fries be so like sour, bro. They be so peppered up. They just spam the Cajun in that shit. I give him a Sprite with some Cajun fries and like a fucking some Burger King $1 chicken nuggets. 10 chicken nuggets for $1. That gotta be some cardboard. I never had them. I don't want to try them. I give him that full meal. That nigga won't make it past dinner. He ain't making it to the next day. So if you think I'm sitting here fighting a caveman, you're fucking stupid. You're literally dumb as shit, bro. He get you with a spear, little bro. I'm gonna be in my car, and his spear is not going through my car. Like, come on, bro. Like, you make it make sense, bro. You just can't argue with a reality where I lose to a caveman. You can't. And if I go back to them times, my genetics have surpassed this time period, so I should survive. I probably should. One hot Cheeto in his wraps. That nigga whole liver going to shut down. Yo, his pet dino will eat you. You the niggas that was falling asleep in science class. I just know it. You the ones that had your head down. If you wasn't making people laugh, you wasn't paying attention. I just know it. I just know it. That's the Don. I appreciate the 16 months, man.
Yeah.
Like bro said, pet dino. Whew. Ooh, we gotta talk to you, man. We gotta talk to you, man. We really gotta talk, man. You got some learning to do. Caveman's testosterone was high as fuck. Okay, what do that mean? Does testosterone win fights? Like, be honest, bro. Them niggas wasn't boxing back then. Them niggas ain't had no Floyd Mayweather back then. The fuck? Nigga thought it was Far Cry Primal. Like they just sitting there riding velociraptors and all this dumbass shit. Like, come on, bro. Neanderthal type of answer. Come on. Yo, why when I say I call people Neanderthals, my pops was like, you can't call people that. Why can't I? Listen, that's how I feel about it, bro. Like, some people, I feel like y'all listen. It's a literal scientific fact. that some Europeans crossbred with Neanderthals. So it's scientifically accurate, number one. And then number two, a lot of y'all just act like fucking Neanderthals. So why can't I call people Neanderthals, bro? Why can't I? I just feel like it's a seasoned insult. And I'm not calling you idiots. It just doesn't hit hard enough. I'm calling you a Neanderthal because you don't even know what it means, probably. You don't know your scientific history. Neander who? There we go. We got one. We got one. We found one, chat. We found one. Oh, here we go. God over science. Can the two not coexist? Bro don't know the start of humanity. Alright, chat. Nigga said Neanderthal. Nah. You should be looking things up, bro. Like we not gonna sit here and making it being like learning is a bad thing. Like if you're constantly learning, that's a good thing. It's a good thing. We gonna still claim you though. You should be constantly learning though. I look up so many things a day. I want to be listen, I ask y'all, this is one of the reasons I'm as smart as I am. You know why I'm as smart as I am? And when I really started to do better in life, here around 022, I appreciate the 9 months. You know why I really started to do better in life? When I really had to realize I wasn't shit. Like I had to really sit there and realize I don't know shit. I don't know anything. I'm not fucking smarter than anybody. I'm not better than anybody. That's when I became better than most people though. From a measurement of like grades or achievement or financial stat, you name it. When you sit there and say, I ain't shit, but I still want to be something in life, that's when you start to conquer life. He knocks, Smago, I appreciate the 5 months. You know why? You know why? Because if it's two people,
Rocket.
Appreciate that, my brother. If it's two people, right? One person is lying to themselves. They're bullshitting. They're procrastinating. They're trying to like convince themselves that they're something that they're not. Yeah, they live in a facade and reality going to smack them. But you have another person who lives in reality and still looks reality in the face and says, I don't give a fuck. That's the motherfucker that's going to do something with their life. Because that's the person that does not care. They do not care. The other person is too weak to see what it is and handle it. They want to avoid it. They want to just like whatever they want to do with their life. I don't give a fuck. But I'm just saying, when I started to really sit there and start to like look at things like, yo, I ain't shit. I don't know shit. And I really had to figure it out. I really had to learn. I really had to look at the areas I lacked and sit here and learn. Well, fuck you think I got them books behind me, bro? I really looked at myself and said, yo, you have spending problems. I was like 18 at the time. And I remember thinking, I told you about this. I had a whole job at the mall. Now, if you ever worked at a mall when you was a teenager, bro, I can't tell you how fast you spend money. I can't like, bro, listen, the check be going before it hits your account, nigga, because you work at this one store, you always at other stores, you might know people that work there, you feel like you getting a cheat because you getting a discount. I knew that financial literacy was something I did not learn growing up, so I had to teach myself. Most of those books, if they're not about some sort of like death or substance, it's financial literacy. I'm dead serious. Like, and that's not even half of my library, bro. But I'm just saying, I really made it a goal to sit here and say to myself, yo, we gonna figure this out. And I ain't even had no money. But guess what? The timing of it was so perfect that when quarantine and all the government started handing out all this money, I was prepared. And I spent it properly. And I ain't been broke since. And I'm going to tell you something. There's so many people who got that money, all them handouts from the government, and went back to zero because they thought, people think that if you just have enough money, your money problems will go away. No. You can spend $200,000 as quickly as you can spend $200. There are things to spend at every level of life. There just simply are, bro. There's houses that cost $100K. There's houses that cost $10 million. There's something to buy at every new level of life. I'm hitting y'all with a lot of game right now. My point being is though, I realized I had a spending problem. Now, mind you, I wasn't even making a lot of money, but I had a spending problem. Like I was a consumer. I was in a consumer mentality. I didn't know how to manage money, how to save money, where to put it, what to do with it. So I sat there and said, yo, I had to grind myself up, roast myself. I don't know shit. What am I doing? And guess what? I don't even know how many books that is. But I made it a goal one of those summers. I said, I'm going to read 8 books. Or it was either 8 or 9. I said, I'm going to read this summer on financial literacy. And I made it a goal. And I handled that shit. And I have not been fumbling money extremely since. The reason I say extremely is because there have been some months where I spent some bread and I'm like, damn. You know what I'm saying? But guess what? There's a huge amount of money between me and zero because I saved my bread first. So even let's say a month I spend a higher amount of money than I usually do outside of a budget. Listen, let's not even say numbers, but I got the money. So I ain't even got to check for it. Taxes come around, I got the money. I ain't even got to check for it. You know what I'm saying? But all that shit come from learning how to manage when I had no money, teaching myself these things, learning that I didn't know. It's always the motherfucker that think they have it made, the motherfucker that think they know it all, the motherfucker that's embarrassed. If you're embarrassed to feel stupid, you ain't ready to be smart. Because I'm telling you, literally, I remember learning this shit in high school. I remember, this is why I tell y'all where I get my game from. My brain doesn't categorize shit. Like, I learn some shit and then I apply it to another space. Let me give you an example. So here how I'm telling y'all about like learning and applying that shit in different areas. I remember being in 11th grade, algebra 2. I went to tutoring. And I said this. Guess the people I saw in tutoring. Guess who I saw in tutoring? It was none of the students who were failing. I didn't see no F, D, C students in tutoring. I saw Mr. Shu Sheng Chu and Miley and Derek and Jacob in there. The motherfuckers with straight A's. Listen, it was the most shocking shit ever. And I'm not trolling when I say Shu Sheng Chu because my high school had like a high Asian population. So I'm being a dickhead, but y'all get my point. Listen, it was none of the students who were failing, bro. It was all students who had good grades that was in tutoring. And I was like, huh? Don't you already have it? Don't you already have a good grade? Why would you go to tutoring? And listen, it was like a metaphor for life, bro. It was like, yo, I told you I went to the Tony Robbins event. I'm down there with people who have net worths who drown your favorite rapper. And they're down here paying to learn and paying to reinvest into their education. Anytime you think you haven't made in life, you ain't gonna get nowhere, bro. You think you the shit, you ain't gonna be the shit. You really not, bro. That's just that. And I remember, I never forgot that. I went to tutoring, and it was none of the students who needed tutoring. It was all the students who already were a step ahead of the class, had the highest grades, and were exceeding. And lo and behold, I ended up being one of those students. And it was such a life eye-opening thing when you started to realize that. Like people think about the story of the rabbit and the turtle. The rabbit was so far ahead of the turtle. The rabbit went to sleep. The turtle won the race. I'm telling you, bro. And one of the things was, you know how many friends I made in certain classes I had because I would ask so many questions, and then people would be like, "Yo, I'm so glad you asked that question because I was embarrassed or I was scared to raise my hand." Meanwhile, my ass, guess what? I'm gonna get on my professor's nerves. I'm gonna get on my teacher's nerves. Yo, what you mean by that? All right, because that won't really make sense because I'm a really talk to this person until I get what the fuck I'm talking about. And 9 times out of 10, all these students in here that's not raising their hand or not asking a question, they're too fucking afraid to look dumb. They're the real idiots because they're gonna stay dumb until they pretend that they're not or they don't ever accept that they are. But me, guess what? I wasn't afraid. I don't know what the fuck you just meant. What you just said, bro. Like, explain that shit. Re-say what you just said. And guess what? Oftentimes I ended up really knowing what I was talking about because when I didn't, and when I do, I do. If that makes sense. If y'all following me, chat. If y'all following what I'm saying, I just went on the whole rant right there. But that's some real shit, man. That's some real shit. They scared to be dumb. They really are, bro. Meanwhile, being embarrassed, feeling doubtful, or feeling like those are the emotions that tell you you're doing something right. When you're embarrassed or when you're doubting yourself. Because guess what? Otherwise you would be completely comfortable. Like if you're not in a situation where you're like doubt lingers, you're not growing in life. You just aren't because you're and I don't mean that like doubt and confidence don't coexist, right? And I made a statement like that before. Like when you trust yourself, the doubt just goes away. But here's what I mean by that. Meaning, Karita, I appreciate the big 18 months, man. I appreciate you, my J. What do I mean by that? Let me really elaborate.
I love you, time.
I can sit here. I could sit here and be like, yo, I'm about to start this new business. But because of my past expenditures of business, because of my past trials or things that I've attempted to do in business, I've developed the confidence, even though I don't know if this shit gonna work or not. It's some doubt in it, but I'm confident enough to still try. That's what I mean. And if I was just doing some shit over and over and over and over and over and over and over again to the point where I had no doubt, I'm probably not risking anything. There's probably nothing to be rewarded with. There's nothing to gain. It's just some safe ass, comfort zone ass life that I'm living. And if you want to live like that, then so be it. But you ain't looking at a motherfucker who lives his life safely. You looking at a motherfucker that has gambled multiple times in life and reaped the rewards from it, and has achieved things in different lanes and different territories, whether it be educational wise, whether it be on this internet shit, and you name it. You know what I'm saying? I'm a motherfucker that has tested my intelligence and tested my work ethic. So I can speak from this perspective. I'm not just sitting on my ass saying, oh, I got some views on the internet, so I'm think I'm the shit. No, I can do this shit with or without the internet. So then I come to this shit. It's really the same principles for it's really the same success shit, bro. Like you swim or you drown, bro. Finally, live nigga, yeah, we back, my boy, we back. Best way to start a convo with a girl that you like. Hello. And if she doesn't know you, then introduce yourself. See you doing a seminar in New York? Yup, with the Real Game No Theory panel. Just wanted
to say thanks for what you do, Ty. Been watching your content for a couple of months now, and aside from the talking to women part, it has helped me network and make connections I would have never attempted to make otherwise. Dojo to the moon, you all know how it is.
Come on, brother. That's how it's supposed to be, brother. I appreciate the 8 months. That's how it's supposed to be, man. So you want us to think outside the box. I don't know why that question just threw me off. a little bit. First time I'll be able to catch your stream. Yeah, for real. I ain't been live in like 12 days, 13 days or something like that. Niggas don't like asking questions. I mean, think about it though. Are you more embarrassed that people don't... Listen, this is how most people think though. People don't view themselves from their own eyes. They like view themselves from the eyes of others. So like, I'm not dumb because I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm dumb because you know I don't know what I'm talking about. So because I know or think that your perception is the only one that matters, that's the one I'm going to appeal to. And which is how most people think. You know, that's a typical low self-esteem thought. That's a typical avoid reality thought. That's a typical, you're worrying about what doesn't matter. But it matters to your confidence. It matters to your ego. It matters to how you feel. Not the actual result. And that's the difference. If you were worried about the result, you would realize that don't matter. It don't matter if you think I'm stupid or not. It matters if I get what the fuck I'm trying to get. Just think about it though. I don't want to hit y'all with too much at once, but really think about it. If I sit here and raise my hand and you realize I asked a dumb question, what was it dumb before or after you realized it? It was always dumb. If it was dumb, right? If let's say it's a dumb question, most people would think it's only dumb because everybody know I asked the dumb question, not because it was a dumb question. Am I making sense, chat? This might sound like some confusing shit. Like you got to really understand what I'm saying. Like if you think, all right, I'm mad confused. Okay. Here's what I mean by that. If I live my life through the eyes of other people, then in my world, I'm as smart as you think I am. I'm not as smart as I actually am or as dumb as I actually am. I'm as smart as you think I am. Does that make sense? So I'm going to avoid looking dumb in front of you. And let's say I'm authentically or sincerely dumb. What do I mean by dumb? You could be dumb in one area and smart in another. Like, let's say a mechanic comes to my car, I'm dumb. I don't know what the fuck this nigga talking about. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a listen and take the back seat and let the expert be an expert. But if I were trying to make myself seem smarter than I'm not, then I would like not be humble about listening, because I'm trying to appear smarter than I actually am, or like puff my chest up. You know what I'm saying? And people know that. Like if they don't talk or they don't expose themselves, then people won't know. Isaacs, I appreciate the 8 months, man.
8 month on the Twitch appreciation, all the knowledge from Ty. Shout out to the dojo and just bow Patreon. It's def worth it. Dojo to the moon.
Come on, man. Tell them about that Patreon, man. Tell them about that Patreon. Easy Bucks, I appreciate the 4 months, man. Like, people be so focused on the wrong thing. Like, it wasn't embarrassing to not know what I'm talking about, but it's embarrassing because you know that I don't know. Like that, like I'm telling you, low self-esteem, low vibrational thoughts, man. Meanwhile, you teach me how to drink water. You want? I was about to dish you, man, but it didn't even come off smooth enough. I'm just not gonna say it. Just got off the phone with a bitch. She tried blocking me, and I destroyed her ego. She tried blocking you. What does that mean? You got an opinion on Bruce Banner? What's Bruce Banner? Bruce Banner? Or did Bruce drop him off, get banned? What are you saying? I heard Kai got banned. What are you talking about? How to attract women that accommodate with your lifestyle and character as a person? Let me tell you something. This is a beautiful question. Opinions on Hawk. Yo, this person just asked a beautiful question, chat. How to attract women that accommodate with your lifestyle and character as a person. First and foremost, you have to be living authentic to whatever that lifestyle or character is. You have to be living authentic to it. And what I mean by that is you can't be sitting here trying to appeal to her, please her, or get her to like you. You're already betraying yourself. Meaning, if you know that you were going to tell her something or say something to her that she would not like, or that would hurt your chances of her liking you or turn her off in some way, and you avoid saying it or talking about it or showing her that thing, you already just betrayed the sincerity of whatever she could have been down with. Because you're not even, what are you building a relationship on? You're not building it off of honesty and trust. Or togetherness or some sort of teamwork. You building it off of who she thinks you are. So I might hit you with too much game at once, but you asked a deep question. Then on top of that, as she sees who you are, right, or what you're about, or you name it, it is her own decision to say that I admire it, I respect it, or I value it. And it's also your job to make sure she does authentically admire it and value it, because she could be admiring the goal. She could be admiring what you promised her. She could be, and that's how a lot of guys do when they sell dreams to women and they get women to buy into that. She ain't fucking with you. She fucking with what you promised her comes with you. But it's a difference. And I'm hitting you with a lie at once. She don't fuck with you. She fuck with you. What you promised her comes with fucking with you. Come on, man. We asking good questions today, man. Come on, man. And it's a certain way that you move with it, and it's a certain way that you don't. Money and I are tuned in right now. Hey, shout out to my homies, man. Shout out to my dog, Chad. That's my man, Moo IRL. Homie right there, man. And there go Imani baby. It's my peoples, man. I really have to be thankful for how people that I have in my life truly and genuinely support me. My peoples threw me a surprise 300K party, chat. A surprise 300K party. I never even had a birthday party in my life. I've never had like a birthday party, bro. I never celebrated. Like, I'm just not a celebrate that kind of thing kind of guy. And they threw me a surprise 300K party. Celebrated more than I even did myself. I don't even remember what I did when I got 300K. I probably just went live. We smoked the cigar. You know what I'm saying? But it really is a blessing. I really appreciate the people I have around me, man. How do I get a call with you? Oh, Patreon. 07, I appreciate the 16 months, my G. Hold on, this person just typed the whole message in there. If I get bored in a relationship, is that a bad thing? Why'd you get bored?
Thin line between knowing you aren't shit and real confidence.
I love these questions. So what's the thin line between knowing you aren't shit and real confidence? Listen to what I said earlier. If it's two people, if it's somebody that's lying to themselves and trying to convince themselves that there's something that they're not, and they're trying to use that to motivate them, and then you have a second person. This person looked themselves in the face and said, yo, you ain't shit. You don't know shit. You don't have shit. You ain't got like, what's up? You ain't shit. And they still, on top of that, want whatever they want in life. That's the motherfucker that has real confidence. That's the motherfucker that understands. Because guess what? This is something about life, bro. You have to sit here and say, I have nothing. It looks like I can get nothing. And I still want it. How does that make sense? It makes no sense. But that's the times when you achieve the most in life. When you look reality in the face and say, I don't give a fuck. I'm going to do what I want. Guess what that's called, chat? That is called belief. That is called belief. Like, I'm not shit. I don't know what I'm talking about. But I'ma still go for what I want. I'm gonna figure it out. I don't give a fuck how hard it is. I don't give a fuck about how dumb I am. I'ma still figure it out. That is belief. And you combine that with consistency or being persistent and focused. That's the motherfucker that's gonna achieve a lot in life. Because they're gonna be able to analyze their true flaws and deal with them. Not the motherfucker that lies to themselves. The motherfucker that lies to themselves is not going to look at their true flaws. They're going to avoid the flaws. They're going to avoid the truth, which would have otherwise made them grow. And I hope that answered your question. But somebody else typed this in chat. He said, I'm French. So sorry if my English is incorrect. I'm seeing my ex-girlfriend. Oh my God. This is already starting off bad. I'm seeing my ex-girlfriend. I want to get back with her. She tells me she doesn't want to because she's lost. I was her only boyfriend the first time. She's scared to live her life only knowing one guy and regret it when she's 40. But she really be acting like we're back together. Do you think she's using me to keep me instead, or she's really lost? What should I do? I think you should stop following behind some pussy. Stop following behind some bitch. Number one. And number two, man, tell that hoe to get down or get lost. Of course she lost, my nigga. You ain't in her life. I would be lost too if I wasn't in my life. I'm just talking a bunch of arrogant bullshit right now. Listen to me though, brother. I'm gonna tell you a couple things I get from this. She doesn't see you as the guy in her life. And here's I'm gonna tell you why. Because if you were the man, like if you were the man in her eyes, she would know, I don't even want to look anywhere else. I got what I want. And I'm not saying this to shit on your confidence. I'm saying this to tell you, let her go find what she wants. Leave her alone. Don't try to like squeeze or make her something she's not. Like, let her go do what the fuck she want. Guess what? Next thing you know, time go on, you might not even want her anymore. You might not even want her as badly as you do now. Go let her do what the fuck she want. You might have a new type by the time she try to come back and spin the block and realize what she missed out on. Why would you even want a woman who cannot even recognize the value of what's in front of her? That should be a test of a sign for you. If you know yourself as a man, if I know who I am as a man, and she can't recognize that, by all means, she don't have the she ain't qualified to even fuck with me in the first place, respectfully. But let's say you ain't shit and you ain't even nothing to recognize to begin with. Bro, get on your shit in life, bro. Like a man who's on his shit in life would never ask me a question like this. You let that hoe go. Please let her go. What Pimpin' Ken said, man, I don't sweat a hoe, I let a hoe. I don't need her, I let the welfare feed her. Come on, brother, get up. Stand up, nigga. Damn. And then he telling me, he said, She really acting like we're back together. Nigga, is her name Robert Downey Jr.? Is her name Brad Pitt? What the fuck she acting for? Like, I don't understand acting like we're back together. Are you allowing her to get relationship benefits and still play both sides of the fence? Is that what you're trying to say? Oh no, brother. Double it and pass it to the next person. Get somebody else to do it. I don't even like what you're telling me right now. It just don't make sense. Bitches come with being on your shit. It's like a bug to a bright light. Come on, brother. And then, but guess what? You gotta be ready to filter them out, though. You gotta be ready to filter out the ones that's here because you want shit, and the ones that's here for you. And you can also show her yourself in a way to which she can realize. I know you see the glitter and the glam, the money, the clout, or whatever, my height or my looks, but here's what really makes me as a man. And then she can see that and she can be like, damn, that just only made me like you even more. And that's where you start to really win and separate yourself amongst the other
Next time, make it
options that she has.
I know you barely had that.
Ty, you're so inspirational, man. You have helped me all throughout my spiritual journey. I'm glad I found your channel and keep doing what you're doing. 400 gay pack coming soon.
400 gay? What? I appreciate that, brother. You spelled that wrong, man. 400 gay pack. I don't know about that one, brother. We getting 400K though. Serious question. Should I bring a knife to a gunfight, Ty? Do you want to get banned, bro? Why the fuck you keep playing with me with these questions, bro? I'll smack the shit out you in GTA. The hoe gonna feel you or who gonna pill you? Alrighty, Jay. What Jay been up to, man? Along with streaming, YouTube, Patreon, occupation, making chips, bread, cutty. Come on, man. What do you think of the mindset of someone who is toxic to someone? Whoa. You about to load this up. What do you think is the mindset of someone who is toxic to someone, and when the person leaves the toxic person, desperately tries to get them back and promises to change just to do the same thing or worse? You're trying to ask me, why do male lions grow manes? Like, it just comes with the lion. Brother, if I'm toxic and I'm probably easily manipulative. Because let me tell y'all something. You can't have shit without the smell of it. So if the person is toxic, that's a part of being toxic. Keeping the hook that they have in this person and then using that to try to manipulate them to get back. Obviously, somebody who's toxic does not want to see another person go and be healthier or better without them. It just comes with a toxic person. It's the same thing. So by you asking that question, it's the same exact shit, bro. He said, yo, who wants some Philly schmutz? Yo, I got ads for sale. No, ain't no nigga here should be buying no ads, no schmutz. No free marketing. Get out of the comments, brother. You in here with a purpose or you in here with no purpose? How do I ask a woman to be my girl? Okay, this is what you do. You take a flashcard and you write, do you want to be my girlfriend? And you put a box on both sides. 2 boxes, 2 empty boxes. One say yes, one say no. You hand her a card and a pencil or a pen. And whichever one she checks, there's your answer, bro. If you're in the 8th fucking grade. Bro. I'm gonna be honest, chat. I'm gonna be honest. If you are serious, let's just be real. If you're serious, like you're dead serious, like, oh, I want to make this woman my girlfriend, and you know her well enough. I'm gonna emphasize that again. You know her well enough. Howard the Great with the 14 months, Playboy Sam with the gifted sub, Don Blanco with the gift. Hold on. With the gifted subs. Is that my boy Don? Is that my boy Don? But listen, this is the point I was going to make though. Some women, and this is why I say you know her well enough. This has to be a conversation. It just can't be written on the wall like, okay, you're my girlfriend now. Women care about shit like that, bro. Like, they care about making it official. Like, if you just, like, literally verbally tell her, like, I want to make things more serious with you, and blah, 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 blah. Like, they care about things like that. Some might even like that. Guess what? Let's say you get her some flowers with, like, a card, and then you ask her, like, on some romantic shit. if that's really your girl and you're really serious about this woman, hey, go the full 9 yards and do some shit like that. I'm not going to sit here and encourage doing that for every single woman that you just meet and come across. I'm telling you that this is a very special thing. And if you are serious about that woman, then you doing something like that for her is not a big deal. Would you date a girl that's taller than you, 6 feet plus? I have dated a woman that was taller than me. She was like 5'11" or 6 foot on the dot. I don't really have a problem with it. I really didn't. I did not. Being a serial cuffer is crazy. Some people is, bro. They get in relationships every 3 months. I thought that was just a high school thing, but that shit really be happening, bro. How do you cut the string of lust? I'm thinking of a video you made about a month ago, and just different puppet strings to control a person. You cut every string. It don't matter if the string is labeled lust or not. There's nothing that controls you but your own decisions and your own purposeful actions with the intention that you have behind them. If that makes sense. The Lakers need her. Yo, y'all funny as shit. Loves hiking. Don't worry about heights. Come on, man. Talk to him about it. V-card story time. I told you, my V-card story time is basic. It's like, I just had sex with the woman. There's no like, bro, when I tell you this, like, it's no glitter and glam to the story time, brother. Although I shy away and become different from the men in her roster. Okay. Let me use this metaphor. Right, somebody said it in the chat. You just are. You are or you're not. Take with that answer and do with it what you will. You are or you're not. If I give you an answer to that question and you put on this like facade or pretend to be, then you already building your relationship on some bullshit, which is Fresh Leone. I appreciate the 12 months, my G. You already building it on some bullshit.
Dojo to Dalmoon.
Which is not her fucking with you for who you are, but who you are trying to get her to think you are. And then when she sees that who you try to get her to think you are and who you really are two different people, you setting yourself up for failure, my brother. You setting yourself up for failure. In my world, a bitch fuck with me or she don't. What you see is what you get. You like it or you don't. You love it or you hate it. Move on or move out. You know what I'm saying? Move on or move in. Come on, man. Like, y'all just have to accept that. Like, why avoid the truth? Why avoid the truth? Must know all the men in her roster to make yourself different.
Your time off streaming. The streets need you once again.
Come on, brother. Talk to me. I appreciate the 5 months, man. You must know all the men in her roster to make yourself different. Like, bro, listen. Listen, brother. Don't even get me started, brother. Don't even get me started. Don't even get me started. Don't even get me started. Y'all know what metaphor I was going to say, though? You know what metaphor I was going to say? Like, this is where motherfuckers really win in life. When you are consistently you. Now, guess what? This is the real kicker. You are always consistently you. A lot of y'all just don't know who you are. So you don't know what that you is or who that you is in order to modify it, change it, upgrade it, or improve it in the ways that you genuinely want, because you don't know who or what it is. But you are always genuinely you, whether it be insecure, low self-esteem, a bullshitter, a liar, or a procrastinator. You are always you. You don't even need to be exposed, because you know between you and you, between you to yourself, you're lying. Whether the whole world sees something else, you know. You between you and you know that you're lying and you're bullshitting and you're putting on this fucking act. So guess what? You're never not yourself. You're just kind of pretending you're not. Here's where I'm going with this. Here's what I meant by I said when motherfuckers really win in life. They win when They start to win consistently when who they are, what they are, is exactly what people see. Or guess what? Maybe they can't even understand it completely. Here's the example I was going to say. Here's the metaphor I was going to use. If LeBron can fucking dunk the ball in Philly, Chicago, New York, Miami, fucking LA, or Afghanistan, he can dunk the ball. He can't just dunk when he like edits the video or like records it 100 times in a row and then finally like gets the one perfect dunk. Like either are y'all trying to get what I'm saying? Like, because even if people think like, oh shit, look at that video, he must be tough. And guess what a metaphor for that is? Like, you got athletes that'll probably cut their highlights to make you think they're tough as shit. But you go watch a game and this nigga basic as fuck. But guess what? To the motherfucker that never tried to hide and like make it seem bigger than what it was, when you go watch them in real life, it's the same shit. There's no expectation for them to meet. There's no roster for them to stand out from. They already were what they were. They were not trying to be. They were not pretending to be. They were not attempting to be. It just was. I hope that makes sense. Because then the lesson in that is play to reality. Other people will accept it whether they want to or not. You know what I'm saying? I'm not as different as you think I am. I'm as different as I am. You can't ignore it even if you wanted to. Even if you wanted to, you couldn't ignore it. Because it's reality. So you can't escape reality. You can lie to yourself and run from it as much as you want, but you can't escape reality, brother. So play to the reality of whatever the situation is, and you're gonna win, bro. You're gonna win. You know what I'm saying? If I'm a different man, if I'm a different human being, if I'm unique by multiple standards, whether she's comparing me to her roster, or whether a job is comparing me to multiple people applying, I'm different. I'm different.
Good.
What's good? Like I said, whether it's a woman's roster or a job's potential candidates, different is different. Different is different. You know what I'm saying? LeBron's one of the greatest players on the court, whether you like him or not. That's what I'm saying. Exactly. Like you can't like. You know what I'm saying? I hope that makes sense. But guess what? It's not even supposed to be difficult. The reality is, it's literally sitting in front of you. Like you don't have to make the truth the truth. The truth is always the truth. It's the lies that have to be fabricated. It's the lies or the pretending that has to be manipulated and changed and altered. The truth is just literally right there. It literally already is what it is. Now, whatever you pretend it is, that's up to you. That's up to you. But you can deal with the truth or not. That's also up to you. And that's the truth. So what are you going to do with the truth? Are you going to ignore it? Or are you going to use it to your favor to achieve whatever goal that you want? And we could get specific. I had a Patreon call with a brother who was making content, right? And shout out to the dude. I wish nothing but success for him. We ended up having a whole conversation, right? And it was about, he wanted me to review his channel and like look at it and say, okay, how can I improve and what ways can I not? Now, as a content creator who has had multiple TikTok accounts, who has a YouTube channel with over 300K subscribers that continues growing, that has not plateaued, and that I have a consistent and thriving community, I would think I know what I'm talking about. And I've also taught other content creators who have produced results on what to do. Whether I speak on it behind the scenes or in front of the scenes, I don't. I just help people and I don't give a fuck about telling the story or naming them. The point being is I know what I'm doing, bro. So when he asked me the question, or I could tell the way in which he was trying to get advice from me, he was trying to get validation or approval. That's what he wanted, but it's not what he needed. And I knew what he needed, so I was trying to give him what he needed. So I was breaking down to him like, yo, look at your thumbnails, look at your titles, look at the first 8 seconds of your video, the first 8 seconds, the 15 seconds, and then the first 30 seconds. Look at this, look at that. And I'm comparing it and I'm contrasting. I'm giving him all this like statistical analysis. And he was so focused on what he wanted that guess what? The way he wanted to see reality, he was ignoring the truth. And he's like, yo, listen, I'm telling you, this video, he's like, I'm quoting him right now. I'm telling you, yo, this video is a banger. I just know it is. I said, brother, guess what? I don't care if this was the best video I've ever watched in my life. The attention span of the average person is going to sit here and say, I'm going to click on it or I'm not, based on these factors. So you could have a bullshit video, but win on these factors and get more views. You have no views because you're not doing these factors correctly. There are people who make higher quality videos, but they don't, listen, I can compare this to anything. We can compare this to marketing a business. We can compare this to a sport. Yes, you're a good shooter, but if you can't dribble, like, you're not going to be able to shoot because they're going to just strip the ball. You know what I'm saying? Like this, like we can compare this to anything. When you don't win in multiple lanes and multiple factors at the same time, you cannot compete with the motherfucker who is. And look at the people who do. Look at the results that they produce. This is what it is, whether you like it or don't. So he was so focused on like, yo, I put my all into this video. It's a great video, so I know it's good and I know it should do good. Well, guess what? What you want and what should happen is not reality, brother. Like, nobody should starve in the world. Nobody should be broke. Nobody should like whatever the fuck I want don't matter. What should does not matter. Let's look at what is, and this is what is and what works. And this is, don't try to beat the truth. Like don't try to fucking make your life harder. Now, 9 times out of 10, what you're going to have to do to beat the odds is go against the grain. You're going to have to look at the truth and say, okay, here's what it is. But I'm still going to go against the grain anyway. I'm still going to do it my way. But let me look at what works. Let me look at how I can use what works to my advantage and still go against the grain. That's when you really fucking win. But you can't ignore the truth. There's no getting around it. I don't give a fuck what we talk about. I don't give a fuck what lane we mention. It just is what it is. So whether you look at it and be like, yo, I'm trying to apply to medical school and my resume weak as fuck, or I haven't been doing this with community service. You have 2 options to do with that. Either you start getting community service and you start building your resume to make it a competitive candidate, or you just pretend it's not going to be a problem for you. It's the truth regardless. And you have to focus on the result that matters. Chad, we can name multiple different things in life, bro. We can name multiple different things in life. I'm going to actually buy a call to get this advice now. I'm telling you, calls could be anything, bro. They could be anything. It's not just dating advice, bro. That's the rest of funny shit. How do you unlock the things inside of you that you don't know are there? Well, you have to put yourself in a situation which would have them come out. What do I mean by that? I can't know that I have problems managing money if I have no money. I might gotta fumble a bag or two. I might gotta fuck up $100 or spend $500. There's no way around being exposed to something you didn't know, because you just don't know. Like, there's no way around that. For example, I hate to even use money. Let's take you may not realize that how you act under stressful situations. Because maybe, let's say your whole life you've been avoiding stress. Why so Noah too? I appreciate the T1 sub. Let's take this. I love this example. And I think the ads are about to run, so you gotta let me know when the ads run. Let's say you've spent your whole life living in your comfort zone and avoiding stress. And then you say, I want more for myself. I want to achieve this income. I have this goal for this income. I have this goal for my weight. I have this goal for whatever. And because your whole life you spent avoiding stress and staying in your comfort zone, you don't know how you handle stress. You don't know how to handle stress. And you may be unaware of the unconscious, like the behaviors that you do when you're stressed. Guess what? When some people are stressed, they fingers start fidgeting. They sleep. There's a such thing to be like a stress sleeper. Like something bothering you, just go to sleep. You procrastinate. You name it. You might run to the gym. You might eat. You might not even know what it is. Whatever you do when you feel stressed, because stress can come in many different forms. I can get stressed or anxious about a job interview. I can get stressed or anxious about approaching a woman. I can get stressed or anxious about the list of emails I have to reply to. It don't fucking matter. Stress does not have a name or a label on it. Stress can come in so many different forms. My point being is that how you handle it, how you deal with it, is probably a pattern there. It's probably something there that is predictable, and it's a pattern going on that you can break or deal with however you want to. So when you look at that, now this is new information. This is new information for you to handle and deal with. Okay, I noticed I have this pattern when I'm in stressful situations. Now what am I going to do about it? You know what I'm saying? That's up to you. That's on you. Especially if it's not a pattern that you want. It's tough. Everybody's been stressed before though. Exactly, but we don't all handle stress the same. We don't all do the same things. That's my point. You fold. You fold under pressure. Somebody comes alive under pressure. Why? I don't know. Pressure comes in many different forms. Why did they respond in the way that they did? Aimbot WC, I appreciate the Twitch Prime sub, my G. Only one came from me, four from me. Answer my last two questions, please. Repeat the question, because when I get to answering the shit, I start focusing on the camera. Like I don't even be like looking at the chat. What's good, chat? What we on, man? We talking some deep shit. We talking about some real shit today. You know, as we usually do. Turn a little broke bitch, get this shit together. Yo. Let me tell you something, chat. And this is gonna make so much sense. Let me know when the ads are done. One Ruka with the 5 gifted subs. B. Come on now. Are the ads done? I'm gonna hit y'all with something right now. You know how the truth is just the truth? Oh shit. I moved the wrong thing. I meant to move this. Put all this on one side. I think that's much neater. So you know how the truth is just the truth, bro? You know how you know it, and you know how you always know it? I'm gonna say something right now. Are y'all gonna understand? How many times have we fucked up or done something or something has happened, some problem or something, and we knew it. We knew that we knew. Now, what do I mean that you know that you know? It's one thing to know, but to know that you know is a different level of knowing. And I'm not just talking bullshit here. Follow me. Let's say I threw some food in the trash, and I know the moment, but like without even saying it, I'm gonna use this dumbass simple example. I threw the food in the trash. I already know that when you put food in the trash, it stinks. Instead of like double wrapping the bag, like mind you, guess what? This is how quick our brain is. I already knew the moment I threw that shit in the trash that it was going to potentially stink. By knowing it was going to potentially stink, I may have already known a bunch of other different things. I may have known I could have just took it directly outside. I may have known that I could have double wrapped it so it wouldn't stink. Listen, I'm telling you. CJ the Leo with the big 9 months.
Chicago's dojo master in the building.
With the big 9 months, man. Listen. Are y'all following me? Emmanuel with the 8 months. Listen. I want y'all to follow me here. I may have automatically known before I even put it in the trash. I already knew when I grabbed it. I knew I was going to throw it away. I knew it could potentially stink after sitting in the trash for a while. And then before any putting it in there, I had multiple options because I knew I know it can stink. I could have double wrapped it with 2 like smaller bags so it won't stink as much. I could have took it immediately outside so it won't stink in the house. Or whatever other options you can come up with, right? But because I already know that I know and ignore it, I throw it in there anyway, right? I ignore that I know that I know. Are y'all following me what I mean when I say I know you know that you know, but you don't even have to say it out loud. You just know. That's what I mean, and I'm using a dumbass example of trash thinking to get this point across. Is everybody following me? Is everybody following me? Okay, if I know that I'm failing, then what? Follow me here. Just listen. Now, because I knew that I knew, and I ignored myself, or the deep feeling I had inside that I knew, whatever happens that I already knew, when it happens, it's not a surprise. I can continue to pretend I don't know, or pretend to ignore it, or whatever you choose to do. And this could be anything. This could be me walking in the kitchen the next day and saying, oh my God, what's that smell? You knew when you threw that shit in there yesterday that it was going to potentially stink and you didn't do anything about it. Now that you smell it, now that it's hitting your fucking nose, you want to say, what's that smell? But this is the shit that we do. This is the shit that we do. Now we could change the metaphor. We could change the example. Because a lot of times the point is, it's easier to ignore it until it stinks. And it could be anything. My grade. You know what? I know the missing assignments are piling up. But until that F is sitting in my grade, I'm going to just go ahead and keep walking past the trash like I don't smell it until it stinks. It could be anything. My car been making this cranking noise. I'm going to let God handle it. You know what I'm saying? Until my shit break down. You know what I'm saying? Now, this is the part where I tell y'all, you got to notice how you deal with stress. Because guess what? The first thing somebody's going to do is say, tell the fair, I appreciate the T1 sub. You have to notice this. You have to notice this. Let me tell you something, Chad. This is a big part right here. This is going to make or break you in life. What do you do with what is? What do you do with the truth? Guess what? We cannot help it. As humans, we have filters. As humans, we have perceptions. As humans, we have ways, a lens of seeing life. We can't help it. It's inevitable. What do I mean by that? Let's take the car example. My car just made a funny noise. Man, I'm going to let God handle it or whatever until my car breaks down. But I knew that it was making that funny noise and I just avoided it until it started to stink. Like the trash example, right? Here's my point I'm about to make. I knew that this noise could be a potential problem. I chose to ignore it until it stinked, until it became a problem that I had to deal with. Because I had, maybe, guess what? What do you do with this information? Do you sit here and justify putting it off? Do you sit here and say, well, maybe I had to pay my rent first, so I didn't want to pay for the car. Or maybe I needed food, so I couldn't pay for the car. Or maybe listen. You do not have to justify the truth that by avoiding dealing with the car, the problem was going to hit you later. You don't have to justify what you chose to do. But this is how people avoid the truth. They supplicate what they chose to do instead. And if you continue to do this, this is how you'll avoid creating results in your life. Because that's where you make results. When you sit there and look at what is and you supplement. I meant a supplement. I probably meant the word supplement, right? But let's follow my point here. Thank you for using context clues to correct the word. The point being is that they ignore it. They let the shit build up. Okay, so I did mean supplicate. Somebody let me know. So the nigga tried to correct me and was wrong. Thank you. Now follow me here. When they choose to ignore the shit and they keep it going, and then the shit hits them, they already knew that they knew. That's my point. You know that you know. Now, whatever you choose to do about it is up to you. I now, and guess what? It goes back to what I said earlier about the motherfuckers winning life when they live in reality. When I sit here and face my hardest, ugliest truths and do what I can or do what I don't even know that I could about them. And here's the part where a lot of the shit you have to realize is it will be outside of your like perception. I never imagined that I would have 300,000 subscribers. I never imagined I would have over 6 figures sitting in my bank account. I never imagined I would have all this shit by the time I was 20. Now I'm 21, but like, I didn't even know all this shit would happen to me in the time that it did. It was insensible. It was unrealistic. These are the things that can get you those type of results in life. By looking at reality and still believing in what is unrealistic. And I don't mean believing in like, okay, if I avoid the car noise, it won't deal with itself. I mean, follow me here. I look at what is. I can't afford to deal with the car because I paid rent and I've been buying food and shit getting more expensive. So I have to ignore the car noise because I can't do anything about it. That's the motherfucker that doesn't grow. The motherfucker that grows says, okay, I can't afford the car noise because I can't afford to deal with the car shit because I don't make enough money to pay my rent, get food, and fix my car. They say, the problem is I don't make enough money. How can I make more money? That's the truth. But if they don't embrace the truth, they can never get to the other side of it that will help them grow. You see what I'm saying? Because if they continue to avoid the stress, they can't grow from the reality. They can't grow and say, all right, now what do? I have two choices. Either I make more money or I keep pretending that this problem is not a problem. Or am I making sense, chat? I'm telling y'all, you had to follow the whole example to really get what I'm saying. Isaac Zarko, I appreciate the 12 months. Appreciate the 12 months, man. Do y'all understand? Did that whole metaphor make sense? Please tell me that made sense, bro. It was a lot to say about it. Because think about it. You do have those two choices. Because maybe that is the truth. You cannot afford to fix the car right now because you got other shit to pay for. Okay, so now what? What do you do with knowing that you know? Now, guess what? Now that you know, your brain, I'm telling you, your brain is so fast. When you avoid it, when you run from yourself instead of running to it and embracing it, you don't even know what you have inside of this fucking big ass head of yours, bro. I'm telling you, you don't even know what you're able to achieve because guess what? Your viewpoint is limited. You don't understand it. So of course you're going to undervalue or underestimate it because you don't believe in yourself. You don't trust yourself, and maybe guess what? All the evidence has pointed to avoiding stress or avoiding risk because every time you took a risk in life, you got spanked for it. So, again, however you justify your reality is however you justify it. But guess what? Somebody is justifying it another way. I know I ain't shit. I know I ain't got shit, and I know I ain't have shit, but I ain't gonna let that stop me. I'm gonna still keep trying. I told y'all earlier that's the motherfucker that's gonna get shit done in life because they look at reality and they still go for what they want. That's deep belief. That's a willpower. That is that's persistency, right? That's what it takes to get shit done. Because guess what? You're gonna look at shit and you gotta make something from nothing. Dog, I want to stream and I don't have no money for a PC. I don't have the internet fast enough. I don't have listen, you gotta look at these unrealistic details and sit here and say, all right, how am I gonna fucking do it? It doesn't even seem possible right now or at this present moment. And I'm still gonna believe it's possible. Why would I do that if all the logic and the facts tells me it's not possible? It's a choice, man. It's a choice to believe in yourself, man. It really is. And it's also a choice to justify why you shouldn't. You're going to find a way or you don't. Right? The problem is you don't have the solution, not the actual problem itself. Come on now. It's crazy because so many success stories start with, I just wanted to do X and never expected Y to happen. but I still did it. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you. Fakes niggas were streaming with dog shit wildfire recording vids. Took 3 hours. Would you consider yourself a morally gray person? No. No. Especially not as a nigga that said death before dishonor. I gotta know my honor, or else it can't be. Can't be that way. Now I'm gonna be honest. My curiosity is very morally gray. When it comes to learning something, I don't give a fuck how or where I learned it from. Don't ask me what I mean by that. Don't ask me what I mean by that. But with a lot of people's minds shut off because of certain things, my curiosity keeps me going. How do you see the opportunities? This is the thing, my boy. It ain't even about seeing the opportunities. It's about taking advantage of the ones that... It's about having a goal and then being able to use any opportunity to go towards that goal. That's what it's about. It's not about seeing the opportunities. What is my goal? And then as my goal is so visible to me, or so like visualized, I now can sit here and figure everything else out. Let's say it's hit 100K on YouTube. I'm messing with this woman. If my goal is so clear that everything in my life just conforms to my goal, she now fits into some way of me meeting this goal. A conversation that I had with a person at a bus stop. Everything has to go towards that. Everything is an opportunity. It's not even about seeing opportunities. Everything is. I create my own opportunities. I'm not going to sit around and wait for fucking opportunities, because sometimes they don't come. So what you going to do? You going to wait and try to see an opportunity? Fuck no. I got to make my own. I got to go up and get that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's no way around it. Why is flirting so hard? Hard for who? Hard for who? Clearly you mean yourself, but what do you even think flirting is? That might be your problem. A lot of y'all don't even know what flirting is. I'm telling you, my second video of this shit was flirt without complimenting. And people said, wait, you can flirt without complimenting? Wait, what? What is that? What is that? Wait, what? Flipped what you thought flirting was on top of his head. Bro said, why do I get hard when I flirt? You probably felt so good about yourself when you typed that, didn't you? Just do the walk of shame, man. Just do the walk of shame, man. From your own understanding, what's the difference between you, your soul, and your spirit? Ask yourself. Spirit is the energy that a person puts out into the world. You see somebody and they're excited, look at the spirit that person has. That's so we can automatically separate spirit as the easiest thing to call out on that list. I'm high spirited, high energy. Spirit is just typically energy. And guess what?
Hee.
What's good, gang? Appreciate the 14 months. Why would you type hee though? And somebody's spirit can be calming. They're a very calm person. They're very chill, very relaxed. What is this person's spirit? Or their spirit can be dead. So what did that tell you about that person? They probably had their head down. They're drained. They talk like this, and so spirit is just typically like correlated to that the person's like energy or some shit like that. Yeah. Your soul though, me metaphorically, the way I understand this shit is like, yes. Just imagine this. Let's say we are all. Let's look at this, right? You know, we humans, whatever, blah blah blah. I imagine that my soul is behind this, pressing the buttons and moving this shit around. Like the soul is the entity or thing which pulls the levers, pushes the buttons, or sees things as it is, right? And even if it's an emotion, even if it's some sort of perspective or something, like when people miss you, they don't miss your body. I mean, unless you was an OnlyFans demon, but people miss who you were to them, or how you were as a person. They don't miss the literal physical flesh of you. They miss who you were. You know what I'm saying? That's what they're missing. And what makes that up? Everybody has different theories and philosophies, man. So to each his own. So I think this girl to DCU and she sat on the edge of the bed. Your game is whack, my brother. Your game is whack. She should have been sitting over there creaming at the thought of what you about to do to her. Ty, so you feel it like as if you're not even a person seeing the world, just a person controlling the eyes. You thought way too deeply into it, my brother. You thought way too deeply into it. I make a girl come. Patreon, brother. We can't talk about that on Twitch. Can't leak the methods. Come on, man. Talking about she shot on FaceTime. She was a slut, brother. Cause she's now nervous in person. You gotta like ease that up. You gotta ease that tension. You gotta like, you know what I'm saying, allow her to become comfortable. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be aware of that as a man and do something about it. This is an important part of approaching, really, because y'all have to realize this. The way women think is completely different from how men think. Women think everything all at once. Us, we typically one-minded with things. Like, she don't want me. She thinks I'm ugly, whatever it is, right? Or if she's staring at you, whatever you think is what you think. Let's say you're walking past a woman or you're walking up to a woman. She's thinking everything at once. She's thinking on one end, she's like nervous, like I hope he doesn't approach me or whatever. And then at the same time though, she's also thinking he's about to approach me. She's thinking everything at once. Everything at once. Like they women just tend to see like all sides of the situation. They're also seeing, okay, what if he's a creep? What if he's weird? Or what if he like flirts with me and he's smooth and I want him to talk to me? Like they're thinking everything at once. So you as a man have to be aware of that and say to yourself, what am I going to do about the fact that I could startle her? I could be a murderer or a creep. I could be some other sucker or weirdo that she's trying to filter out in how I handle her and how I talk to her. And now you say, what are you going to do about it and how you handle that? And I'm not going to talk about all this on once because this could be a whole video and you know, what you do, how you do it, why you do it that way. But obviously a simple thing is, I've even broken this down in videos before. You know, introducing yourself. Hello, shaking the hand. How you doing? You know, your tone of voice, your eye contact, a smile on your face, smelling good. All of these things are disarming to a wall or a potential guard that could be up. And even how you articulate yourself in your conversation. You really got 2 sentences to disarm her that like, yo, this guy's not a fucking weirdo. You got 2 sentences, bro. 2 to 3 sentences, really, to get that part down. And then after that, however you know, get your point across or whatever you talk about is on you or whatever you want to talk about it. But you gotta realize that's one of the biggest things and obstacles from the rip. And then guys jump in. Now, obviously, if you're a super handsome dude, super tall, whatever the combination may be, you have certain privileges in these situations. Let's just be real. And you can still have a mouthpiece and use it to your advantage and talk her in and out the panties and put them on backwards, put them on her head if you wanted her to. The mouthpiece don't never become any less effective just because you don't need it to get what you want. You just ain't benefiting from certain things you could be doing or ways that you could apply pressure to because you're blind to them. But Chad, I feel like I'm just rambling. You hit that OnlyFans girl, Riley. Now, sir, let me ask you a question. What would make you think you can come in my chat and ask me a question like this? Of course I did not. Of course I didn't. But what makes you come in my chat and ask me a question like this? You can't be real as a person. Sir, did you hit a goal this month? Have you hit the gym? Why has your bank account hit negative? And you asking me, have I hit a woman? Come on, brother. You worried about hitting the wrong things, bro. You worried about something hitting the wrong thing, bro. Your bank account has hit overdraft. Your breath is hitting my face, bro. Like, please worry about what matters in life, bro. You just focus on yourself, bro. Please, bro. Nigga hit that. Like, come on, bro. Cause think about your value if you. I don't know. Cause think about your value if you hit that. How would my value change if I hit that? Please tell me about my value and use a woman to dictate a man's value. Please tell me you think so lowly of yourself. Please tell me how. Please tell me. A bitch can't make or break me. Chris B. Jr., I appreciate the 14 months. Jab 26 burn, I appreciate the 11. Ja 2 faded, I appreciate the 6 months. I don't give a fuck if it was Rihanna, Beyonce, or whoever the fuck you can name. Self-respect. Yeah, you basically telling me you would respect yourself less if you hit that. Okay, thank you for telling me how you think of yourself. But I personally think that I do what the fuck I want. And I live and die about it between me and God. So guess what? The answer is no. But let's say I did. Would you sit here and be like, oh my God, bro, I would, oh my God. That's your life, my nigga. I don't give a fuck what you do and how you live with your choices, my nigga. You could tell me you eat ass and suck toes. I'm going to tell you that shit is weird. But guess what? If you do it and you enjoy it, do that shit. Don't give a fuck what I think. Come on, man. What's up with you, bro? You got to be a bot. Jenna Ortega tie is folding. I swear it'd be the most average looking woman that y'all sit here and pump up so bad, bro. I really don't get it. I really don't get it. If you ask me, I think Ruby Rose looked 10 times better than her. And you see how I talk to Ruby Rose like she was a normal person. You can't put a single woman in front of me and sit here and get me to fold or change how I act as a man. Because I've seen it all. I've been around bad bitches my whole life, my nigga. What are y'all so impressed about? Why do y'all get around women and start tap dancing and doing backflips and cartwheels? I don't get it. I don't get it. You name it. Saweetie making you fold for what? Let me tell you something. Saweetie is she like, bro, I don't like, listen, tell me that player build. Tell me y'all have not seen that player build before. Let's just be real. Saweetie is very pretty. But have we not seen that player build before? Like, am I tripping? That is not a rare build. By any means. And she's very pretty. She's very pretty. And I'm not going to sit here and say you see it all the time, but like, come on, bro. Like, it's like sitting here and be like, yo, Brittany Renner would make you fold. Don't she also look like Mariah the Scientist? And don't they also look like this whole other third girl? Who is it? Who is it? I can't remember the third girl that everybody said that all three of them look alike. But like, bro, like, and even if she was the most unique looking woman in the world, why would her looks make me blush? Like, am I a bitch?
Her build like the play shot in 2K21. Smiley face. Smiley face.
Bro, that's preset 1. That's like, bro, that's bad bitch preset 1, bro. Like, come on, bro. Light skin, thick, clear skin, lashes, nice teeth. Like, bro, come on, bro. Impress me, please. A woman will never, ever, ever impress me with her looks. And I can still sit there and say, man, this bitch fine as hell. This bitch pretty as fuck. But it would still not blow me out the water. Why should it? Why should it? Why should it? Please give me the argument. Now, I know to the average nigga like y'all, if she pretty, that's enough for y'all to spend money on her. That's enough for y'all to tell yourselves that y'all have to take her on a date. That's enough for y'all to start saying, okay, I need her. I need this woman in my life. That's enough for y'all. By all means, live your life how you want to, brother. But the grass ain't always greener on the other side, if you ask me. It ain't. Bro, I have a hard time creating conversation that's interesting. How come? You just ain't an interesting person, bro. Now ask yourself why you're not interesting. You need to handle that answer between you and God. That ain't none of my business. You just said you're not interesting. How can you have a conversation and it not be interesting? That don't make sense to me. It really doesn't. You're just not an interesting person, bro. Like, let's be serious. My personality is YouTube. You know, I can't even laugh at that joke because that's probably so real for some people, man. Personality algorithms, porn, and celebrity gossip. That's a lot of people's personalities. Literally. Social media. How bad you think I would beat your ass? A scale of 10 to 10. Sir, I am licensed to carry. And if you think I'm fighting you with a Glock 19 in my pocket, you're fucking stupid. Bullets cost too much for me not to take advantage of an opportunity. Sorry, no, in GTA, brother. In GTA, brother. In GTA, brother. In GTA, brother. What a switching up. No, y'all funny as shit, man. All right, the FBI come bust down my door. Time I'm 18 in college, and there's this badass chick, but she like 16 to 17. Should I send her to the gulag? You're 18 in college. Now, even you being an 18-year-old senior in high school. Okay, 16-year-old chick, blah, blah, blah. 18 in college, my boy. Jesus Christ. FBI, we caught him. We caught the super predator. Oh, the ads running. I'm about to get some more water bottles. I'll be right back. We caught him, chat. That's the guy. That's the guy right there. It's him. He's the one, man. Yeah. Yo, chat. Y'all not believe what my mom just texted me. This is actually fucking hilarious. Yo, she just texted me. Son, why is social media telling men to be a passport man? This world is crazy. Yo, I swear to God, I just read that word for word. That is fucking hilarious. That is hilarious. My mom know about the passport bros. Yo, that is fucking hilarious, bro. Son. I don't even know why she said that. My mom do not call me son. Now y'all bitch ass niggas better not start typing that in chat. Son is wild. My mom has never called me son in my life. I don't know where that just came from. Son, your dad's mom. No. Nigga said something. Yo, she said passport men. Yo, I'm fucking crying, man. That's funny as shit, yo. That's funny as shit. That is hilarious, man. Wow, the passport bros is really becoming like a big thing. You want to know something? Steve and all of them, like the whole Real Game No Theory panel, they hate the passport bros so bad. I'll tell you, I find this shit so hilarious, bro. I find it so hilarious. The war that they have between like the passport bros is so game doesn't matter. And as y'all know, on my side of the spectrum with Steven Olin, we like, man, game, like, you can't get around it, brother. You a loser over here or over there. And the thing is that, like, it's such a battle. My whole quarrel with it is not traveling. I love traveling. I think every man should travel to see the world and to fucking enjoy what the world too fucking big. Especially if you're from a city like I'm from, Philly. You don't want to just sit here and have your life be like, yo, I've only ever been in my city my entire life. You should definitely travel, especially in a different country, to get a taste of the world, food, cultures, life. This life too short, my nigga. Enjoy life. But what I don't like in the passport bro spectrum is that the predatory vibe of it sometimes. And here's what I mean by predatory vibe. It's like dudes go over there and start feeling like Pablo Escobar, like I'm Mr. Bitches, like I'm him. Number one, that like bothers me a little bit. Then number two, it's like you go over there and it's very predatory. The dollar might translate to 500 pesos over there. You go over there and flaunt $20 over there and like you're the big guy. Hey, like me because of my money. And like the guys that strictly go over there just chasing behind some pussy, those are the ones that fuck the whole passport shit up. But if you just literally enjoying life and you get bitches wherever you travel and you enjoying things and you having fun how you have fun, get it how you live, my nigga. That's what you enjoy your life. You feel me? But if you going there over there being like some money pussy hungry dude, and then you want to come like on the internet and be like, yo, I'm that fucking guy, it's like, brother, please relax. Please just go do this by yourself. No, I don't give a fuck. Like you move somewhere else. It's more bitches over here for me. Like I don't have no debate where there's no arguing with me on that one. I will congratulate you when you land. But the thing being is that like, yo, just like, I hate that predatory shit, bro. And then guess what, chat? I be even seeing videos online of the passport bros, right? And it's always the same thing. Tell me if I'm wrong. It'd be like some vlog on the phone. This is how you know this is how you know. This is how you know is you dealing with one of the dudes I'm talking about. It's not even just one of the normal passport bros like, yo, life is amazing, travel, go see the world. Those are the guys that I respect. It be these niggas, bro. It be this dude on his phone with a literal prostitute. Like, yo, man, like, look how they treat you over here. Only for $100. They don't say that part. Yo, look. And then the woman, yo, listen, this is the scary part. Y'all ever notice? The woman be seeming like she don't have a personality. Tell me I'm fucking wrong. They be like, yo, look how they treat you over here, man. And then the woman be like, oh, hey, good time. Yay. Or like they'll be talking and they talk to the woman in such a condescending, childlike manner. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. Those are the fucking passport bros. It's like, yo, you a loser, dog. You a nerd. You a weirdo. But if you traveling, you enjoying life, and you just so happen to have some honey when you over there, live your life, my brother. But those are the niggas, bro. I'm telling y'all, man. Watch that shit. Watch that shit, man. Watch that shit. Those be the dudes that's going to get that knock on wood. I'll never wish anything bad on anybody. But they thinking with they dick. They gullible. As long as a woman makes them a meal, as long as she give them a kiss, as long as she being nice to them or submissive, they'll be caught in her manipulation. Because y'all think y'all go over there and these women is stupid. Like, nah, my nigga. Let her be. Man, let's not even talk about it, man. You can't go over there and be stupid. You just can't. Be gullible to it. Fuck, I just dropped some water. Best videos are when the girl fucking around and say, I'm not the girl, I'm lady boy. Ain't that like the Thailand ones? They talk about that? Travel costs money. They be with passport hoes. The passport bros and the passport hoes. Yo, that's funny as shit. Average niggas is like millionaire status in a lot of countries. Like, do y'all see what I mean? Like, you always are who you are. So they go into another country and then use the same clout, money, and status, which got them nothing in America. So because they cannot get a woman outside of those means, clout, money, status, looks, or you name whatever the fucking, I think those are the 4 qualities that they always go to. They go to another country and abuse those same things. Like, oh my God, God forbid a bitch actually like you. Like, God forbid. God forbid she actually care about the man she's dealing with. God forbid that these women exist. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing. Just over there, the price is a little bit cheaper. You know what I'm saying? But if you ask me, man, and then, you know, guess what? It's like, so much lingo has changed that like they got the whole shit fucked up. Like, dog, you got shit like Lil Wayne lyrics, right? What Lil Wayne said? It ain't tricking if you got it. Isn't the point of a trick that the trick has it? What trick don't got it? It ain't tricking if you got it. That's the point of the trick. The trick got it. You can't show me a trick that don't got it. Like, that's what makes them tricks. But it's three people in this equation, and it's really a metaphor in life, bro. The trick, the pimp, and then the hoe. You can show me a rapper. He either the hoe. Like I'm telling you, you could take this dynamic, this 3-person dynamic, and put it in any situation of life, whether it be the government, to the mass population, to the mass media. Who pimping who tricking who paying off who, and who getting hoed by who, and all in this equation. Who using who? You could use the same metaphor. It's a mentality thing, and it's not just as simple as, well, I use my money to buy me leisure, so when it comes to women, I just pay for it in the same way. Pass it and double it and pass it to the next person. Get somebody else to do it. It don't matter if it's 10 cents or $10,000. You still tricking. You still trying to use this bag to buy favoritism and buy respect. And this is where our worlds separate. Think you misinterpreted that lyric? Oh, please tell me how it's supposed to be interpreted then. It ain't tricking if you got it. It's not the same as I'm buying it because I want to. What? You don't think the trick wants pussy? You don't think the trick's paying to get the pussy? I mean, you got even these bozos nowadays who are worse. They'll pay for it and get nothing. 8 dates down the line. They ain't even getting what they want. They're wasting their time. I'm telling you, man. People just, I don't know. I listen, I'm telling y'all, I can't understand why they choose to live the life the way they want. But if you want something, I'd rather get my no now than sit here and waste my time and pretend I'm going to get it by some other means. Like, for real. And that's what I would have y'all learn from me. If you just want to fuck, then tell the girl you just want to fuck. There's women out here that just want to fuck. And the more time you spend trying to force this one to fuck, the less time you have to spend on other women who just want to fuck. You so fixated on trying to bleed blood from a turnip. You trying to do some bullshit like that. And guess what? If you under me, if you respect me, if you listen to me, we ain't on that. Already, if you one of the men in the dojo, you should have more in your mind than pussy from a woman. You should already have that. You already should be evolved or elevated to that level of thinking. You know what I'm saying? But let's say you're not. Jesus Christ. Ben McKeville proud of his tricking. That's what life is now. People are proud to be tricks. People are proud. And then, you know what they turned it into? If you broke, blah, blah, blah. Well, I'm not saying I'm big bucks, Mr. Money Man. But it's like we took that example of A$AP Rocky being on a podcast. He's like, A$AP Rocky, like, I never flew a bitch out, ever. But you got people who have less money than him, less clout and status than him, or uglier than him, or whatever, and fly women out all the time, or have still never flown it out. So let's not make it like you're able to afford it kind of thing. Like, I'm not a trick because I'm not broke or I don't got motion. I'm not a trick because I'm not a trick, bro. And I know you can't buy respect. I know you can't outmuscle a bitch from not fucking another nigga. And I'm telling you, look at these dudes' situations. That's why it was the same thing with Ben McKeville. Shout out to him and his success that he be having in the financial world. But his game is very, 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 it's a huge blind side to it. And it's very apparent in the experiences that he goes through and his perspective when he speaks on it. It's no way around it. And it's obvious to the person that knows game and can recognize game. And then you see a situation where it's like, man, I ain't do it for this person. I mean, we didn't even react to that on stream. I just seen clips of that shit, and I'm like, oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. I need advice, bro. I can't get over this girl. I don't know what to do. Let's entertain this thought. Why can't you get over her? Please tell me what made her so special. First question I want to also ask. How long have you known her? Watch this. Just watch this, chat. 2 questions. How long have you known her? And why is it that you can't get over her? Go to the gym. Running from your problems in the gym does not make your problems go away. Play basketball and forget about her. I should have remembered the person who said that name. Oh, no, I do. It's, no. Having X'd was the person's name. I think I got it right. Having next. I think that's the person who just typed that message. No, they don't know how to act on them calls. Bro, people be capping, bro. And especially when you get on there. It's like, bro, just be real. If you going out down bad, it's better to just embody that shit so you're not going to do it. You better off hearing the truth. I'm going to be real with you. Bro said try crack. Jesus Christ. Bro, like 2 years. Okay, at least you slightly better than most niggas that come here and be like, bro, I can't get over her. How long have you known her? 3 months. 6 months. It's like, bro, please. I don't know, though. She just different. Guess what? Live your life. Are you going to be miserable and unhappy without her? Like, love yourself more, man. Y'all just don't love yourselves enough, man. And it's sad. It's sad, man. You don't love yourself enough to say, you know what? Listen, either she fuck with me or she don't. And if she don't, I still fuck with me. And I'm going to go give myself the life I want, whether she a part of it or not. And that's just the difference between how me and you probably would have looked at that situation. You stuck there saying, I can't get over her. And I'm stuck there saying, well, I'm going on to what I want next in life. I don't know, brother. That's just, I can't help you think how you think. I can just tell you what I think. I'm not perfect. I don't know. This is how I think. I'm happy. I live my life how I live. You know, you were fine before you met her. I just also have a deeper spiritual belief that we don't own anything. We don't even own ourselves. I have to give my body back when I die. So why would I sit here and hold on to anything outside, even outside of myself? But a lot of people ain't ready to think like that. So I don't try to talk about like shit like this or like that too often because a lot of people might lose their minds being that detached. But I truly look at life like that. Like, I don't own anything. I don't even own myself. I'm a temporary vessel for who I am. And when I die, I'll give this body back. This is temporary. All this shit is temporary. So why would I really sit here and just be so infatuated with an emotion or a present moment? It's neither here nor there. Speak on it. Do they want to swim or do they want to drown? Hey, Ty, life been different since leggings came out for these hoes, am I right? Oh my God. How do you bots get in my chat? How do y'all get here?